Hello Fantasy Faithfuls and welcome to the CSD Fantasy live stream. How y'all doing this morning? We already have a bunch of people joining in the chat. So happy to see all y'all like Mellow Fan, Mark, Miracle Man joining in super quick. Usually I give it a few moments to let people join in, tweet out that we're live. I forgot that completely. I've been off Twitter this week with a lot of stuff going on at my day job. So that's why there was no head-to-head video earlier this week as well. Can't seem to find the link to the stream for whatever reason. Let's see. CSD Fantasy YouTube. So bear with me just a few more moments before we get into the questions. You can see on the screen that I've already prepared a couple of questions that I got in from Mello and who was it? It was Mark. So as soon as I'm done, we are live right now. Come join us. There we go. 2 more seconds and I am ready to get into these questions. I hope the sound is good today. Got a new mouse that should not mute myself, which is very beneficial. I'm also waiting on picking up a quarterback for my dynasty team as Matt Ryan is ruled out. Let's see if I got him. Yes, I did. The only one that was available of note was Phillip Rivers, but that's done. So now let's get into the show. You can see the mic, or is something wrong with it, Mello? I see you're mentioning the mic. Not sure if it's visible on the screen or if the audio is terrible. It's fine. Okay, awesome. Let's get into your first question, or it wasn't so much of a question as your entire team. If y'all want this done for your team, you can go over to the Patreon page, and I have different tiers of levels. You can just support the channel, or you can get some exclusive content, like get your entire team score projection done each week, which is a fantastic tool if you want to set your lineups, especially ahead of Thursdays when I don't do live streams. But for Mello, I think it looks like you have a little bit better team. He has the highs with like Tyreek Hill, but you kind of counter that with somebody like Josh Jacobs. So I think you'll be fine. I think you have the better quarterback. You have the better kicker. I know you haven't got Robbie Gould up, who you're playing, but I think you have the better kicker. The thing I think he has the better is the Jacksonville Jaguars this week, I believe. Was his defense. I believe they are a little bit strong. They're pretty even. So I think you have a great opportunity to win this one. Prepared. DJ Moore, Ty Johnson, Phillip Dorsett, and he is playing a PPR league, and he needs 2 of these. Robbie Aronson, DJ Moore, Ty Johnson, and Phillip Dorsett. I have Phillip Dorsett as my highest one. Followed by DJ Moore, even though he's playing the most difficult opponent for a wide receiver. I think with the receptions in mind, he has the higher floor, just a little bit lower ceiling than Robbie. Dorsett has the highest ceiling by far, a little bit lower floor than DJ Moore, but that's fine. Moore has a great boom chance, playing a tough defense, but I'm okay with it with 6 receptions projected. So I definitely think DJ Moore and Phillip Dorsett are the way to go on this one. That was from Mark. Thank you for that question, Mark. And I'm glad y'all are asking questions even before the stream starts, so we can just get into it as quickly as possible. I know you saw some stuff down there, but that's fine. We got from Mellofan again. Let me just shout out Mellofan. He is our moderator as well, which is something that happened last week. I just put that on him. Even though he never agreed to it or asked for it, he's just the moderator from now on. And that's why he has that little moderator sign. I'm glad you're bringing up the 8 watching and 7 likes, Mello, because we did reach over 20 likes last week. So I'm working on the giveaway. I'm in contact with my sponsor, Prize Picks, to get discount code or a promo code for a giveaway for next week. Hopefully, if we can get it done, that will be some sort of, join the stream. You have to sign up on their site, and the person who gets randomized will win a huge promo code for their website to play DFS. So that's, I appreciate it so much that we got 20 likes last week, and it's a huge milestone. And I wanted to reward everybody, or reward somebody with a little bit something. But this is a question from Mello. Golden Tate, Alshon Jeffrey, Devonta Freeman, I think is Devonta Freeman, or Royce, Sony Michel, or Larry Fitzgerald, pick 2 in PPR. Sony Michel has a great opponent. He has the highest projection with a pretty low risk. Under 60 is fine. He has the highest ceiling, highest floor. Only predicted for 1 reception though, but I'm still going to roll with him. Then we have 6 receptions for Golden Tate. So let's see what we have with Freeman. We had 4. So I will go. Freeman has a higher projection, but he doesn't have his number 1 quarterback. I will go, and I'm just adjusting for other running backs and other receivers. I haven't figured out how to adjust for a quarterback missing just yet. That's something I'm working on. So I will go with Golden Tate and Sony Michel in PPR for 2 of these, and be very confident with those 2. Yeah, it was Devontae. Perfect. I still will go with Golden Tate and Sony Michel of these 2 in PPR. Michel is my highest in standard, and even with just 1 reception in PPR. Even though I don't like Patriots running backs, as you might know. How bad is the weather, Miracle Man? Is it Washington bad? Because then I might need to change my lineup. I've not checked the weather reports today. So please enlighten me on that. Anything on that one? Let's see. That's in Buffalo. That's a great start otherwise with John Brown. Calvin Ridley does not have a Matt Ryan. So, like you say there, Calvin Ridley. I would still roll John Brown unless it's Washington 49ers weather. How bad is it in Buffalo? Like, weather Buffalo game. 53 rain shower wind. Oh, that's not good at all. How much is that wind? It's been ugly weather. There's mainly wind to deal with, they say, right now. Yeah, it's going to be the wind that's the problem, not so much so the weather, the downpour. So I would still roll John Brown over Ridley. Consider if Matt Ryan was playing, I probably could have made that change. But with Ryan out, the only one in that group I will probably start is Julio, Austin Hooper if I need a tight end. But I'm not playing Austin Hooper in DFS, for instance. Let's do some more shout-outs. I shouted out Miracle Man before, and Mark, Eden, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So happy to have you and Shane, Jared, Kurtz on board, and Agent. Awesome to see you. Shane, I want to apologize. I saw your email way too late. It's easier if you hit me up on the YouTube channel. You just pick any video and comment, and I'll see it much quicker. The email I've more for... not work related, but business inquiries and stuff like that. So it's a little bit easier for me to decipher what's what on the YouTube channel with start his questions and trade offers and stuff like that. But I do apologize. Austin with no Ryan or Hooper against the Bears. Wait, what? Are we talking Hunter Henry against the Bears? Austin Hooper or Austin with no Ryan or Hooper. I think you mean Miracle Man. I think you mean Hunter Henry or Austin Hooper, right? Am I correct in that assumption? because I do want Hunter Henry without Ryan over Austin Hooper. If you can pick between those two, I would go Hunter Henry. Because the Bears give up a fair amount of points to tight ends too, and Hunter Henry has been looking good, projected for 13.9. Great floor, great ceiling. 6 receptions for 7 for Hooper. I would roll Hunter Henry, especially with Ryan out. And I think you're looking good with Henry. It's a pretty win-win. I think Austin Hooper is still gonna get a fair bit of looks, but I think Hunter Henry has a way better quarterback and a better situation playing right now. We got Eden. How's it going, bud? I'm good. How about you? You need 2. And for everybody joined in, before I get to this question, I'm going to keep bringing this up. We got 20 likes last week, so I'm working on that giveaway. I'm in contact with Prize Picks to get a sponsor code for somebody that will be a free play on their website for DFS. So I couldn't get it for this week, but hopefully we get it done by next week. So Eden need 2 in standard with Ty Johnson, Corey Davis, Larry Fitzgerald. Let's spell that correctly for once. Christian Kirk and Devin Singletary. I believe I have Christian Kirk. He's a sneaky good start for me this week. 7.2. This is standard scoring. 7.2. Decent risk. Not over 60. So I'm fine with that. Very low ceiling though. Higher floor, higher ceiling, lower risk, much lower projection though. Highest projection is for Ty Johnson, but his ceiling is extremely low. Very high risk on him against the Giants. This is a tricky one. This is really tricky. Larry Fitz has low risk. Not the highest of ceilings for Corey Davis. I would roll Christian Kirk, followed by Devin Singletary in this case, I believe. Yeah, I like that he has a higher floor. He has higher ceiling. Because Fitz projection is very low. Well, it's only 0.6 points lower than Singletary. But I would roll Christian Kirk and Devin Singletary. Of these one, that one is very difficult though. I'm not extremely high on any of those. I'm intrigued by Christian Kirk this week though. I'm very intrigued by him. What do we got? Miracle Man, good safe FFA bid for Sterling Shepard in PPR. Sterling Shepard. Let's look at his floor mainly. 3.6 is pretty decent. What is your FFA your fab budget as a whole for the entire season? Is it 100 or what's the? Because you can probably pick him up for just $1 or $2. I don't think anybody's gonna bid on him that much. I usually, when it's players like this, I make a scam off, not scam, but low ball offer and just go with it. I wouldn't spend more than $5 out of 100. Oh, it's 30, $1 then. What if you need to pick up, like if somebody gets hurt, you might need to spend big to get somebody later on. I wouldn't spend more than $1. And I see your other comment with 20 miles per hour wind for Buffalo Philly game. Ooh, I'm still going John Brown over Ridley. If Ryan was playing, I would have gone Ridley with the wind consideration. But without Ryan, that's scary. Like they never mention what's his name, Schaub, unless they talk about his salary over here. I'm not too excited, and the offensive line is still crap for the Falcons. So how much time is he gonna have to pass? No, I'm questionable. I have a lot of questions about that Atlanta offense right now. We got Devonta Freeman from Shane. Devonta Freeman or Chase Edmonds. David Johnson is out confirmed this week, so no more bullshit. Do I have him confirmed out in my... No. But I believe I read earlier David Johnson will be out. Unlikely to play. F that. I'm not starting him. They got me last week. They got me good last week. We're saying he was good to go. I'm still pissed about that. And me and Nick covered it on the Fantasy Rabbit Hole. All our salt from the week that was Marvin Jones over Kenny Galladay and the likes. And PPR 10.4, 11 for Chase in standard. PPR have Chase for 1. New Orleans is a tough-ass run defense. I will go with Devonta Freeman in a PPR league. And I will go with Chase Edmonds in standard. But in PPR, I think Devonta is going to have some more receptions than Chase Edmonds. And that New Orleans run defense is scary good. Agent, you played Edmonds. Did you beat the crap out of your opponent last week playing him? I had my worst week of fantasy last week. I think I went 1-3, which was terrible. So many of my players went down hurt in the early, like within 3 minutes of the game. Thank God that Josh Jacobs came back on the field. I did lose track of where I was, though. Jared Cush, Brees, or Allen? Josh Allen. I do have Josh Allen over Brees. This is based on what he's done before he got hurt. So I would I have a high projection, lower risk, higher floor, same ceiling. He will most likely be inside this, of course. And Josh Allen looks a little bit stronger. A little bit stronger play, in my opinion. Give me 1 second. I'm back. There we go. I will start Josh Allen over Drew Brees this one and see how Brees looks a little bit. We have Ty Johnson from Jared again and Latavius Murray. That's an interesting one. Kamara is ruled out. I have him from 8.2, 550, 0.1, 16. Pretty decent opponent for Ty Johnson against the Giants. But I would still roll Latavius Murray. Was this a PPR? They have the same amount of receptions. I prefer Latavius Murray. He looked like he was a stable play last week, and I think he's going to be a stable play again. Over Ty Johnson. Where did we go? We got Chain with Robert Woods. Or DJ Moore. I think it's going to be DJ Moore, even though he has a really tough opponent. Maybe not. Oh, maybe not. With 5 receptions for Woods and 6 for DJ Moore. Let's look it over. He has lower risk, higher floor, a little bit lower ceiling out point, but a higher boom chance. So that's fine. Tough opponent. But Robert Woods has really been underwhelming. Sorry about that. He's been really underwhelming. And DJ Moore, I think, is looking like a really stable PPR option right now, even against San Francisco, who's been a fantastic defense. They're the most difficult defense for a wide receiver to play right now, but I'm still going DJ Moore over Robert Woods thanks to the receptions and that boom chance. Higher floor as well, lower risk to reach 7.2 versus 7.3. I would roll DJ Moore over Robert Woods in PPR. Well, I would probably do it in standard as well, but definitely in PPR. I love these difficult questions, though. But let's do some more shout-outs. I see some more people joining in. So we got Grant Wernick. Welcome to the stream. So happy to have you on board. Tyler Jarrett, awesome to see you. I'm gonna call you Rag Evolution. Welcome to the stream. Sauce Money, what's up? Poker Lemon, my man. And Millie, thanks. Welcome to the stream. So happy to have all y'all on board. If you enjoy it, please hit that like button. We got over 20 likes last week, so that means that next week we're gonna try to have that promo code available for one lucky follower. Let's get to the next question though. Grant, am I crazy for starting DK Metcalf and Standard above Robert Woods and Keenan Allen? That's the question. Metcalf, that's not how you do it. DK Metcalf, there we go. Keenan Allen and Robert Woods. This is standard scoring. 7.3, 7.3, 5.2, lowest risk, lowest floor, high ceiling, tough opponent. No real boom chance to talk about. No bust risk, that's good when you have a low floor like that. Floor 3, 10, higher, higher, lower. Cincinnati, 19 best for wide receivers versus the 5 for Atlanta. In PPR, it definitely would have been Woods, but I'm still starting Woods over Metcalf and Standard with the lower risk, higher floor, and higher ceiling. So even though I'm not a big fan of Woods right now, I'm starting him over Metcalf. So, yes, you are crazy, Grant. Crazy, but I love it. I would have started Woods, but go ham. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Evan Ingram from Grant again, or Hunter Henry. Oh, definitely Henry. 13.9 versus 4. Terrific opponents for both of them. Whoops. With the 10th best opponent for Henry and the 7th for Ingram. Higher ceiling, higher floor. A little high risk. I'm fine with that when your projection is more than twice as high as the other guy. High boom chance, high bust risk, that's fine with a floor that's like 3 times as high. I'm not sure if it's standard or PPO, but both for 6 receptions. I'm definitely starting Hunter Henry. Ingram really didn't do anything. He probably more healthy this week than he was last week, but he really didn't do anything against the Cardinals, who are just terrible against tight ends. Let's do like Jared Cook. Yeah, well, he's out, but still. I didn't know that. When did he get out? What am I missing? Arizona are the best opponent for a tight end to play, and like he didn't do anything. Eden, no problem. Always happy to help. I appreciate everyone for joining in and making the stream amazing. Without y'all, this is just me sitting here talking. We got Tyler Jarrett, Murray or Jacobs PPR. I'm gonna assume that's Latavius Murray. Do we have more Murrays right now? Am I tripping? I might just be stuck that we had DeMarco back in the day. Josh Jacobs, this is PPR. 2 receptions for each, but a much higher projection for Jacobs. Same risk, higher floor, higher ceiling. And no bust risk for either of them, but no boom chance for Latavius Murray. His ceiling is pretty decent, though. They have about the same rank for opponents, 16.2 running backs versus 17.4. That's pretty even. Josh Jacobs, by the way, has the best schedule moving forward after week 8 for any running back. And I would start Josh Jacobs over Latavius Murray without questioning myself at all. I think he's a fantastic play this week. He was just a little too expensive in DFS for me to fill up my roster, but I definitely think he's a great start for this week. I wanted to say welcome to stream as well to Demetrius Bird, what's up, and Jumpman. Happy to have both y'all on board. We're moving along pretty nicely. Miracle Man, I'm sticking with Brown and going with Henry. My man, do it. Rag Evolution, I have Josh Allen and John Brown. Yeah, and those wins are crazy, but Josh Allen, that might be good for him if he can keep the ball on the ground and make some runs happen. The Eagles have been giving up 14th most points to quarterbacks. I have Josh Allen still over Drew Brees, even with the weather conditions. Yeah, I think he's going to run for a touchdown. The Eagles defense looked confused against Dallas, and Dallas needed Dallas played well, but the Eagles defense just looked confused. They had to release players after the game, and it's all over the place. I think it's a perfect opportunity for Buffalo to play at home versus the Eagles and just show that they're forced to be reckoned with. If Buffalo lose this one, that's completely different and gonna give momentum to the Eagles moving forward. But I think the Eagles offense don't have enough against Buffalo right now. So I would be pretty happy with those, especially if the winds can calm down a little bit. Agent, yeah, you played Chase Edmonds, playing him this week again. It's a tough opponent for Edmonds this week, though, with the New Orleans Saints. They're fantastic against the run. I tried to trade Golden Tate for Devonta Freeman, but I got vetoed. Why would you get vetoed for that? Who's running your league? What was the reason behind that vetoing? Behind that vetoing? Is that a word? Is that a word? Behind that veto? Is it just Danny DeVito? That doesn't seem unreasonable at all. If the guy needs a wide receiver and you need a running back, what's the problem? Sauce Money wants to know Austin Eckler or John Brown in standard scoring. I got Eckler for 13 with a lower risk, higher floor, highest ceiling. No bust risk to talk about, even though his floor is 6 points. Oh, that's fantastic. And he's playing Chicago, third most points to running backs right now with 27.5 on average. If you account for the last 3 games, but also for the entire season, even and with the wins, like we've been talking about. I do like John Brown, but I love Austin Eckler this week. I'm starting him in DFS and in 3 other leagues. So I'm very excited about Austin Eckler. What they're doing right now, it's just, they're giving some carries to Melvin Gordon, which is annoying as crap, but they're giving Eckler the ball in the passing game, and he's just so electric right now that I want him on my team. He's like a poor man's Christian McCaffrey in the passing game, in my opinion. So we got Poker Lemon has the exact same question as Tyler had before, which was Latavius Murray or Josh Jacobs, but he has it. No, it was PPR. 2 points, 2 receptions for each. I do like Josh Jacobs over Latavius Murray. Again, I think Josh Jacobs is. I wrote about him earlier on the website csdfantasy.com, where you can find score projections and waiver wire articles throughout the weeks as well, with rest of season rankings starting on Tuesday. But I wrote about him earlier. I think he's really segmenting himself as a top running back, and I think you want him on your team moving forward with that strength of schedule and the way he's playing right now. I think he's going to be fantastic for your fantasy team moving forward, and he can be one of those guys that really it took a little while to get going, and then he's really shown that he's a talented running back. And that was Poker Lemon. Mellofan, is this too big of a stretch? A.J. Brown versus Tampa to start versus OBJ versus the Pats. A.J. Brown, Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, that's too much of a stretch. Easy opponent with Tampa, but I can't bench OBJ for A.J. Brown right now. Even with Ryan Tannehill. If this was Marcus Mariota, I would never have done it. Tannehill, I at least had to hesitate. But these are those games where Odell is, he might just have one catch, but then it'll be like an 80-yard touchdown. I have him for 5 receptions. Was this PPR? Not sure if it's PPR, but in PPR, I definitely go in OBJ over AJ Brown. It's still Ryan Tannehill. I trust OBJ. Like, sometimes it's just start your studs, and even though like he hasn't been performing, he's still OBJ. PPR, then definitely Odell. Millie thinks drop Wentz for Tannehill. We've talked about the bad weather in Buffalo. It seems to be 20 mile per hour winds. Is Ryan Tannehill the only option you have on the waiver wire, Millie? Or do you have any other quarterback options? Ryan Tannehill actually might not be a bad play this one. He's the only option. Okay, with the wins, and I'm not that high on Carson Wentz to begin with, as you can see. This is not fantastic. If we compare that to Josh Allen, even with the wins, I have him 4 points higher than Wentz. I wouldn't mind starting Tannehill over Wentz. I wouldn't start him over Josh Allen. If we consider the weather. So I think that's a fair change. But be prepared. Yeah, so you have to drop Wentz. You can't drop anybody else. Because that's something you have to take into consideration as well. I was just under the assumption that you just made the switch of who you're going to start. You need to actually drop him. Because if you need to drop in, I would 2 QB max league. Okay, who's your other quarterback? Because then I wouldn't drop Wentz for Tannehill moving forward, but I would. Okay, you got Lamar. Okay, no, don't drop Wentz. Don't drop Wentz for Tannehill. Tannehill might only play 2 more games, and then Mariota is back in the lineup. That's too much of a gamble in a league like that. Because then you at least, you do get Lamar Jackson back, and you're going to want to play him. Well, he does have a really difficult schedule. But I understand your point with it. Yeah, that's the thing with the injury. If he gets injured, you have some insurance with Wentz. You might just have to play Wentz this week and then just roll with Lamar when he gets back from his bye week, and then have Wentz as insurance. Ryan Tannehill is not insurance. Yeah, pray. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Let's do some more shout-outs. I see some more people joining in. We got Carlos Gutierrez. Welcome to the stream. So happy to have you on board. Sports News Alert. Welcome to the stream. Detroit Maniac. Awesome to see you. It's a boy, 97. Welcome. C. Phil. What's up? Jumpman J. So happy to have all y'all on board. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like. It helps a ton. It helps me create even more and better content for everybody. And I enjoy doing this so much. Y'all make the stream fantastic and what it is. Let's see where I dropped off. We got Jumpman J wanted to know about Josh Jacobs or Ty Johnson. It's going to be Josh Jacobs. I'm not sure if this is PPR or if it's standard, but I got Josh Jacobs extremely highly ranked this week, even against Houston, who have been decent against the run. 22nd best opponent for running backs right now. But Jacobs has a fantastic floor, high ceiling, some boom chance, even though Ty got 3 times as higher, but only 9.1% boom chance with a ceiling of 7.8. Josh Jacobs is a fantastic start this week, in my opinion, and probably going to be a fantastic start moving forward as well, to be one of the elite, not elite maybe, but top tier backs in the National Football League. Demetrius, are you playing Josh Allen and John Brown in the weather? If I have other options that I like, I'm not doing it. If I'm out of options, I'm playing John Brown and Josh Allen. I'm not doing Calvin Ridley over John Brown even in the weather, due to the fact that Matt Ryan isn't playing, and I'm not doing Josh Allen over star quarterbacks or decent quarterbacks. I'm doing it over Ryan Tannehill, but I'm not. I wouldn't play Josh Allen over. Well, I would do it over Drew Brees, considering what he just went through. I would do him over Ryan Tannehill. Okay, I see you have a second part of your question. I'm going to think about dropping Josh Allen for Matt Moore, Ryan Tannehill, and picking up A.J. Brown and Deshaun Hamilton. What do you think? It's the same like I talked with Millie. Do you have to... You're dropping Josh Allen. What other quarterback... Are you fine on quarterbacks in the future if you pick up any of them? Because then I can pick up Tannehill and play Tannehill over Josh Allen if I'm fine moving forward. If you have like a Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott, and you're fine with then dropping Tannehill after one game, because I think that's the question. Matt Ryan is hurt in my IR since Kamara's out today. My bench had Marlon Mack and Le'Veon. That's on the wrong one. No other quarterback. Oof. Then you need to keep Josh Allen. You can't drop Josh Allen for Ryan Tannehill and hope Tannehill is going to carry you. You have to keep Josh Allen. Because even though he has the worst schedule of any quarterback right now, like I said before, Ryan Tannehill might be benched soon, and that's too much of a risk. Matt Ryan might come back in a week. Hopefully he does, but I picked up Rivers to carry me over with Ryan. It's not my favorite. What about John Brown? Who do you have you can play instead of John Brown? Let me bring that up on the screen. Oh, you had A.J. Brown and Deshaun Hamilton. Or was that Hamilton? A.J. I don't have Deshaun for that much at all, do I? No, how bad is the weather right now? Is it moving? Is it becoming better, or is it still terrible? Gusty winds. Yeah, 26 miles per hour to 35. I would do A.J. Brown over Deshaun Hamilton. Said it's going to calm down by kickoff. Because John Brown has such a great matchup against the Eagles. Like, I really don't want to bench him. I'm starting him in one league, so I'm taking the gamble on the weather calming down. I'm doing that gamble. I made my decision. I'm gambling on John Brown and the weather calming down. And if it don't, oh well. If it does calm down, watch him go off against the Eagles. Sorry about that. We live pretty close to a hospital. That might have been a fire truck though. And where are we right now? We got C-Phil. PPR need 2 out of Calvin Ridley. Oh, we're moving. Oh, we only have like 22 minutes left. So let me get back to speed. Beckham Jr., Brandon Cooks, Kenny Stills, or Tyrell Williams. Have they confirmed that Williams is playing? That's another question. Expected to play. Expected to play. I hate everything. This was 2 in PPR. Highest prediction for Stills and Williams. How are the receptions looking? They have 4. Everybody has 4 except Odell, who has 5. Great opponent for Tyrell. If he's playing, I'm starting Tyrell Williams as my number 1. And Kenny Stills as my number 2. I think. Let me double check that. Gotta make Calvin Ridley doesn't have his main quarterback. I'm starting Kenny Stills and Tyrell Williams in PPR over the other ones. But make sure that Tyrell is playing. Otherwise, I'm starting OBJ. Demetrius Chubb. I have Pat's defense or James White. James White, Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb is a must start even against New England. I try to stay away from pass running backs, as you might have known. But even though Cleveland give up most points to running backs, he's only predicted for 7.7, 74% risk. Floor and ceiling are pretty... Oh, floor is fantastic, but the ceiling is terrible. High variation, though. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. It's more stable scoring right here. with Nick Chubb. So I'm starting Chubb even against the toughest opponent in the league. And I'll be okay with that. I feel Nick Chubb is a must start. I don't think too much of a matchup with him. You can see that with the 16.1 projection. You should be good starting Chubb. Miracle Man, no problem. Good luck to you too as well. It's a boy, Jameis Winston or Drew Brees. I believe it's going to be Jameis Winston. Maybe not. Drew Brees. Lower projection, much lower risk. High risk for a quarterback. Much higher floor, higher ceiling. Great opponent for Brees in Arizona. Decent opponent in Tennessee. I'm still starting Jameis. Let Brees get back into the mix of things before I throw him in. Even though he has a low projection, a much higher ceiling to go off. And a much higher floor as well. I'm a little bit worried about Brees still. I'm not sure if they're rushing him back just because Bridgewater is winning or what's going on, but I would start Jameis. Detroit Maniac, Latavius Murray, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. You can play 2. Latavius Murray, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, DJ Chark, and Nick Chubb again. Play 2 Nick Chubbs. So Nick Chubb is the one I'm playing first of these, even against the Patriots. Is this PPR standard? Let's just double check. Still have Chubb as number 1. Would have DJ Chark number 2 in PPR, number 3 in standard. I would have Derrick Henry as my number 2 with the second highest floor, second highest ceiling-ish, high boom chance, low risk. So I will do Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry in standard, and I will do Nick Chubb and DJ Chark in PPR. Oh, PPR. Okay, so Nick Chubb and DJ Chark. My bad, man. That was Detroit Maniac. What do we got? Sports news, PPR. Tom Brady or Josh Allen. Tom Brady, Josh Allen. I would go Tom Brady in this one. Much higher ceiling, a little bit lower floor, but I'm fine with that. Much higher production, higher risk, lower risk, my bad, and easier opponent. So Tom Brady over Josh Allen, definitely. Not even including the weather conditions in Buffalo. We got Carlos Gutierrez for Ty Johnson, Kenny Stills, Matt Breida, Dede, Brooke, or James White in PPR. Breida has the highest prediction, the highest, a little bit lower floor than the others, but the highest ceiling. Easy opponent for James White. PPR, James White is predicted for 6 receptions for 14 in total. 4 for Kenny Stills. But he's much lower. In PPR, you got James White with 6 receptions. And then I would do Matt Breida thanks to his just regular projection. With only 2 receptions, he's still above the other guys. Pretty average opponent, I would say. High ceiling, high projection, decent risk, nothing major. If it's not over 60, I'm not that worried. So I would do Matt Breida and James White in PPR. And James White, thanks to all those receptions, that's where he makes his money. I see a bunch of people saying thank you. I thank you everybody for joining me. And if you like it, just hit that like button, and we keep this stream rolling week in and week out. Like I said last week, we made it over 20 likes, so I'm working on a giveaway. So make sure you join in on the stream every week. Hopefully the giveaway will be next week from Prize Picks, so you will get a free play worth a certain amount of money on their website to play DFS. It's going to be hopefully raffled out next week, but you never know. Otherwise, I'll think of something else. But we have 15 more minutes. I'm trying to figure out where I got lost in the shuffle in all these comments. And And we got some more. We can say hello to Raymond Sotelo. Welcome to the stream. Sleek, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So happy to have all of y'all on board. And get some more questions in here. Since Kamara is out today, you have Marlon Mack. This is sports news. Marlon Mack. That's not how you spell Marlon. Marlon Mack and Le'Veon Bell. This is a fun question. You never thought you would have this one be of concern, but we do. We have a higher projection for Mack, but they have the same risk, but he's a point below. Higher floor for Le'Veon, but a much higher ceiling for Mack, but a high boom chance. So there's a lot of variation here, while more stable scoring between 4.6 and 18.3. In PPR, I'm not sure if this was PPR. Where did this one go? This is sports news. If it's PPR sports news, I'm rolling Le'Veon. And if it's standard, I'm going Marlon Mack. Le'Veon with 5 receptions instead of 2 for Mack. And then Mack being more stable in standard scoring. Those reception points just adds up, even though the player might not be performing on the level he's supposed to for being Le'Veon Bell, but reception points just adds up, and that you get a safer floor with that as well. That was Sports News Alert. We got Sleek, tough spot, Philip Dorsett in the rain or Royce Freeman. Is it raining now too? I believe Philip has 2 L's. Yes. Philip Dorsett or Royce Freeman. So, what's the weather in New England? That's the question. You say it's raining. Weather. Patriots game. Let's see what it says. Heavy rain, wind, and weather forecast for Sunday game at Gillette. Ooh. Heavy rain. That's not. Oof. Yeah, then you kind of. Is Royce Freeman your only other option? Is that. You took Dorsett out of all your lineups. Yeah, I think that's smart. With that weather forecast. Let me make sure I've done the same. Sometimes I'll forget to set my own lineups when I'm too focused on the live stream. Tyler Lockett, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine as well. Last one. Looking good. Perfect. Then I don't have to worry. This was Sleek if he had another option than Royce Freeman. Otherwise, I would move in Royce Freeman into that spot. John Brown, still playing him? Yes, we made the decision to play John Brown. Not sure if we answered that question. I think we did. I am playing John Brown with the notion that the winds in Buffalo is going to calm down by kickoff. We got Dan DeMarino. Welcome to the stream, man. How's it going? We also got Mr. Miles joining in and Brody Cassell. Welcome to the stream, everybody. So happy to have you all on board. Dan's question is DK Metcalf, David Montgomery, Robert Woods, or Matt Breida in PPR. So Breida, there's only one of these. Breida has 2 receptions, 5 for Woods. But Breida is so much higher there. He does have a lower risk, higher floor. Breida has a much higher ceiling. A little bit easier opponent. So I would start Matt Breida, even though he's only projected for 2 receptions versus the 5 for Robert Woods. I still want Breida thanks to the safer points and the high projection and a much higher ceiling. Robert Woods will have to lean on the receptions a little bit too much, in my opinion, in this case. He does have a high floor, but compared to Breida's ceiling, you want those 17 points or potential 17 points compared to 11 if Woods have a good game right now. So I prefer Matt Breida even in PPR. That was Dan. Awesome. I think you have another question coming in. Also, what do you think about Chase Edmonds this week? I haven't started this week over Breida and Montgomery. That's a good one. That's a good one. Is that the same with PPR, Dan? You need to pick 2 of those. So let me just get that back up. And then you had David. Yeah, well, it was David Montgomery and Chase Edmonds. So you're starting Chase already. I would. Yeah, PPR. Okay, so I would start Chase and Breida. Chase is a difficult case this week. He has a really tough matchup. I don't have him for too many receptions, but I have him for 11 points still against the Saints. So that's a great start. So I would start Breida and Chase in that league, Dan. We got Raymond Sotelo. Hope I pronounced that last name correctly. With Zach Ertz. And we're closing in on kickoff. Gerald Everett. So make sure you get all the questions in right now. So we can... That's not how you spell his name. And if you enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button. It helps so much to get content out to more people. Share on social media as well. Forgot to mention that. It also helps the channel a ton and helps me create even more and better content. It's been a great stream today with questions coming in. Y'all really make it fantastic and so much fun for me to do. So I'm going to get the speed up on this a little bit as we're closing in on kickoff. And this question is from Raymond with Zach Ertz, Gerald Everett, Johnny Smith. Not sure if it's PPR or standard. But we got Everett with the highest projection, but a much lower risk for Zach Ertz. Much higher floor, a little bit lower ceiling, but that's fine with a boom chance that high compared to 3.3. Both have tough opponents compared to Johnny Smith, but Johnny does not have the stats to back it up. In PPR, we got 5 receptions for Ertz versus 3 for Everett. So in my book, I would start Zach Ertz. No, never mind. With the where was I? Zach Ertz? Yes, I would still start Zach Ertz with the winds coming down in Buffalo. But we might need to check how is the weather going right now in Buffalo, because it's still not saying if it's calmed down though. So no, go Gerald Everett instead. Go Everett instead. That was Raymond, and we might need to look into John Brown as well. But you still have the option with a great option in Gerald Everett. That's very close by in rankings. Grant, LaShawn McCoy or Ty Johnson. Standard scoring 6.8, lower floor, higher ceiling. I'm going LaShawn McCoy with a little bit lower projection, but much lower risk, higher floor, higher ceiling. No bust risk, that's good. A little bit lower boom chance. Well, 3 times as low, but that's fine. I will go LaShawn McCoy. Brody, you got DJ Shark or Tyler Boyd at flex in PPR. Let's see the receptions. 7 for Boyd, 5 for Shark. High projection, lower risk, higher floor, higher ceiling. I will go Shark over Boyd in PPR. I'm moving along quickly, saying we should welcome to the last couple. Josh Donahue, welcome to the stream. Momentum Wimps, welcome to the stream. And Alex Mundy, so happy to have all of y'all on board. If you enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button. And I'm moving really fast now because we're almost at kickoff. We got Mr. Miles, what's up? Marvin Jones, Cortland Sutton, fantastic. Mike Evans, bad matchup. Pick 2, standard scoring. I have Cortland Sutton for 9.6, lower risk, highest floor, lower ceiling. And is this pick 2 standard scoring? So we don't even have to look at that. I have Cortland Sutton as my number 1. And I have Marvin Jones as my number 2. I'm not even putting in Mike Evans in one of my teams. This week I have Cortland Sutton over him. And Cooper Kupp in that one. And Michael Thomas. So Mike Evans, even though he's back, he's still not in that lineup. Grant, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me. I think I caught that one, Dan. Josh, Chase Edmonds versus Saints. Chase Edmonds. or Marlon Mack. PPR, 2 receptions for Mack, 1 for Edmonds. Higher projection, a little bit higher risk, but that's fine. Lower floor, higher ceiling. A little bit easier opponent for Mack, and like I said, 1 more reception. So I will go with Mack over Edmonds this week. The Saints are terrifying when it comes to the run, stopping the run. Momentum, that's freaking fantastic. Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette. How you spelled that? That's hilarious. Todd Gurley. That's Todd Gurley. Higher projection, much higher risk, same floor-ish, lower ceiling, higher ceiling for Leonard Fournette. Easy opponent for both of them. If it's PPR, more receptions for Fournette. I'm starting Fournette over Gurley this week. Alex Mundy, welcome. Tough choices. Pick 2 standards: Chase Edmonds or Tyreek Galladay. Let me get Chase back up. Tyreek. Come on. Tyreek Hill or Kenny Galladay. Pick 2 standard. Chase Edmonds and Tyreek Hill have the highest projection. He has a lower risk but much lower projection and lower ceiling than Chase. Easier opponent though. I'm still starting Tyreek and Chase. Edmonds, Galladay's projection is too low compared to Chase. That was the last question. Did I miss anything? Just put it in the chat. And I'll hold off for a second. You're welcome, Alex. So happy to have you on board. I hope to see everybody here again next week. We managed to get 17 likes, but we had 20 last week, so that's still enough to get the giveaway. I'm working on it for next week to have it out. We got 18 likes. Fantastic. Thank you so much. As I said, the more times we hit over 20, the more giveaways I will figure out. But for now, I'm working on a promo code to play DFS on myprizepicks.com. So that's going to be raffled out as soon as possible. Thank y'all so much for joining me here today. It's been a fantastic show with questions even before the show started. So I'm super excited about the stream moving forward, as it's been a fantastic run here in 2019. And we got another question for Demetrius with Robert Woods and Kenny Stills. Is that in PPR or is it standard, Demetrius? Higher prediction for Stills, higher risk. So this is about even. Higher floor for Woods, higher ceiling, easier opponent. PPR, more receptions for Woods. I am going Robert Woods in PPR over Kenny Stills. And that's perfect. That was the last question and my last coffee. I think this is a great time to end the stream and get ready for kickoff. I wish you all good luck unless you're playing me. And until next time, have a good freaking week. Where is the show, though? There we go. Have a good one.